Alright, so at the end of my last video, I found out there was a sequel to 2001, and I didn't even realize that was a thing before watching it, but I just wanted more information, and I was like, oh, is there a sequel? Maybe there is. But at the end, I kind of made the decision, I was like, oh, I probably won't watch it, just leave it as 2001. I looked it up, and it was like, oh, it's different, but it's like kind of interesting still. But then a lot of people in the comments were saying that I should probably watch it, and it would give more answers. Some people really like it. Some people didn't like it as much, but I realize I'm gonna make my own decision while I watch it and see what I think. It takes a lot for me to not like to hate a movie, so I'll probably like it. I'll probably like, you know what? Why am I talking about what I think I will like about this movie? I haven't even watched it yet. I'm just gonna watch it and then see what my thoughts are throughout the movie, and at the end I'll give my final thoughts like last time. Also, really quick, I just want to say thank you for all the support on the 2001 video, and I love seeing all the like how many comments people put, just like talking about their like thoughts on the movie, answering a lot of questions, which is really nice and helpful. And yeah, I'm glad a lot of my questions got answered because of everybody in the comments. It was really cool to see. Just like so many people that love this movie, just like sharing their good and fun experiences with it and what they like about it. You could see how much like this movie means to a bunch of people, and it was just really cool to see. So, yeah, thank you. All right, I'm jumping right in. I am excited to get possibly more answers on what was how. I saw the description for the movie is
My God, it's full of stars.
what? Okay, this already feels like it's just gonna give a bunch of answers, and I am so down for that. It's like a mission. What everyone else knows about the mission. So I know that. Yeah. Except in size. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty big. Oh, whoa. That was him saying that. Hold on. Left Discovery to investigate last. Okay. Okay. So I saw a lot of theories in the comments of the last video about what happened. Like some were differing from each other. I don't actually know what the full truth is. And he's still alive. Okay. Okay. I'm ready to see what it's gonna tell us, what it's not gonna tell us, what it's gonna leave to imagination and like theories. I'm interested. So, oh, wait a minute. I need to look up when this movie came out. Release date 1984. So 1968. So that was 16 years. So it's 16 years between the original. It might not be as like technically advanced and crazy as 2001 was. They're still gonna have to use some tricks though, because it wasn't as advanced as today.
A good number of questions that remain unanswered.
True.
A small monolith you people brought back from the moon. Your government has been very selfish.
They brought it back.
It's impenetrable. We tried lasers, nuclear detonators,
Okay. Wow.
nothing worked.
Okay.
The HEL 9000, can it be reactivated? Yes.
Wait, are they just reactivating HAL? That
I
seems.
thought so.
I mean, maybe
30 seconds.
it could go differently.
Here we have our... Have you checked Discovery's orbit lately? What is it you're not telling me? You are a smart man, Dr. Floyd. You will know what to do.
Okay. I already can tell there's gonna be a lot more dialogue in this movie. It is a lot different, but I mean, I'm fine with it being different, as long as it doesn't like ruin anything.
What we want wrong with it, terrific. Why in the hell
Okay.
is it gonna crash?
I don't know. It's bizarre. Unless it's got something to do with that monolith up there.
Who's the third?
Chandra. He designed Hal. He can reactivate it.
I think he is Hal.
I know.
Yeah, but can you trust him?
No. But I have to. You have to know why Hal malfunctioned.
It's weird because we're on Earth, and like immediately in 2001, it was in. Well, first it was beginning of humankind, but then it was in space immediately. Oh,
We have.
is Sal the twin 9000s? It is, right?
I would.
Yes, because you have hopes that Hal can be reactivated.
Yes, with your assistance. Are you ready?
It seems like a bad
I would
idea.
like to ask a question.
What is it?
Will I dream?
Of course you will dream. All intelligent creatures dream. Nobody knows why. Perhaps you will dream of Hal. Just as I often do.
Yeah, that's got to be the twin 9000. I thought they were both called Hal, but I guess it makes sense that they're both different names. Dolphins in a pool? Didn't he have a daughter that should be like older now? Is this No, this is no, where's his daughter? Unless she's just moved out, which is like obvious. I mean that makes sense actually. why am I questioning that? Will Haywood die? I don't know. I still have a feeling that activating Hal back up is not gonna go well. Cause like Hal definitely knows that like humans have deactivated him before and almost messed up the mission. So it's like, why would Hal trust them? Interesting ship again. I do like it. Wait, okay, they just cut to being there. Cool. Sure.
Your government wanted us to awaken you. Dr. Arlov has encountered some strange data coming from Europa. It may be
Okay.
nothing.
I don't understand this. If this date is correct, then there's something down there.
Aliens? I know there's always a thing about Europa having aliens.
We have no other obligation.
They're keeping secrets.
A lot
Just-
has happened while you have been asleep.
I know that my country cannot allow a blockade.
How fast is it moving?
We are under instruction.
Listen, just because our governments are behaving like asses doesn't mean that we have to. We're supposed to be scientists, not politicians.
True.
Dr. Floyd, I am also an officer of the Soviet Air Force.
Yeah, if I was one of the scientists, I would just be like, I'm interested in the science and figuring things out. I do not care about what, like, the governments are talking about. It is maybe partially a good idea to keep some secrets if you're worried about, like, things going wrong, I guess. Jupiter does look slightly weirder. Like, it looks really good in 2001. It must be a different way of filming it or showing it, but I don't, again, I don't know how they did it. It doesn't look bad, I don't think. It just looks like more orangey and looks less like what Jupiter actually looks like. Landing on Europa. Are we gonna get the ocean underneath it? Because I was looking up stuff in real life about Europa has an ocean underneath the ice of the moon. So like there's a possibility life can be down there, and I think like not like advanced life, but more like I think single cell organisms they were talking about. But still, life. It's very cool. I think there is gonna be a expedition there at some point in like a couple years. Are we gonna get full aliens? Huh? The probe just get blasted or something?
Oh, really, Dr. Floyd? And just what do you think it was?
A warning. Oh, there's something down there, all right.
Yeah.
We all saw it. We read the data, we know it's there. And it had something to do with the monolith. Now, before you get that look on your face, just listen to me for a minute.
It evolved life on Europa.
Sending probes. I think something wants us to stay away from Europa.
Probably.
The atmosphere will slow us down, and Jupiter's gravity will grab hold of us and slingshot us around behind the dark side.
Yep.
Since no one has ever done this before, everyone up here is as scared as I am.
Okay. The shields. How crazy it would be if they just like it didn't work and it blew up, and then like the rest of the movie just different cast of characters. It's like, well, better do something different. Well, obviously not gonna happen, but that's a pretty cool shot. Gotta admit. Oh, they are strapped in. Okay. Whoa. Slowing down. Is it getting more stable? Did it?
My God, it's full of stars.
Hmm.
My God.
That is a
it's
cool
full of
line.
Stars.
It's kind of creepy. Like ominous.
My God, it's full of stars.
We're going to send a boarding party over to climb inside this
800-foot-long shipwreck floating over Io. To
Oh,
see
I'm
if she
excited.
can be rescued before her orbit gives out. There are 9 years of secrets inside, including a sleeping computer who knows the answers.
Okay.
My past is also inside, and I want those answers.
Whoa. There it is.
I'm not an astronaut. I'm an engineer. What am I doing here?
Different suits, I'm realizing right now. That feels a little unsafe, just it being like a shoop, like a little lid to close.
Don't forget to write.
Don't breathe too deep. Breathe normal.
Yep, he has to regulate breathing like Dave did. It looks a little less advanced than 2001 did. Like 2001 looks like perfect, like somehow, like incredibly perfect. This looks like how I would expect it to look, like the time.
For more than 15 minutes.
Don't breathe too deep.
Yeah,
Kurica. Kurica.
it seems a little silly to not bring like an astronaut, like actual, like someone who's been in space before. Like in real life, that this wouldn't happen, but I mean, it happens a lot in space like stuff where it's like people that aren't
Can you see the
astronauts
antenna complex?
have to go up.
Look straight ahead. The center section is hardly moving. That's where we'll grab hold. 10 meters. You're doing great,
It's
Kurnow.
it's spinning very fast. Yeah,
Very good, you're doing great.
needs to calm down a little bit.
Oh, Christ! I'm getting heavy.
Going into the atmosphere.
There.
You shouldn't feel like that. The same thing happened to me the first time I did this.
When have you ever done this before?
Never.
Is this the same airlock that Dave was in? They must have had the same set, like kept for. Oh, interesting though. It's the same set, but it's like on its side, so they can walk on the wall, or like what would be the wall? It's cool. It also makes sense because it's spinning that way, so that would have like gravity.
Asleep.
And sealing the visor.
Is that a good idea? Is there air in here?
I'm swinging the faceplate upward.
Is that good? Okay.
There's oxygen here.
Why would they not? Could they not? They tested that before, right?
I breathe regularly.
Okay. It's very dangerous.
There's strange smell here.
Death? Because of
Stale, rotten. Like something has.
died?
What's the matter?
Discovery, what's happening?
Poole was lost outside.
Bowman reported that he ejected all the rest who died in hibernation.
There can't be anybody there.
Probably the galley. Some meat went bad before Discovery froze up. That's what it is. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
That's probably actually it.
Would I lie to you?
Okay, so the people in hibernation eject. Okay, so it is just the food that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes
We're
sense.
proceeding to the.
Because why would Dave
Zorak.
not leave food on board? Because he thought he was gonna go back.
I'm also glad that you got the ship under control.
Oh, okay.
Kurnow is a capable man. No one knows those systems better than he does. We have nothing new here on the monolith. Our data confirms yours. It's not moving.
Cool. So the Discovery
Lloyd
is
to Milson. My news is a little better than yours.
working again.
The Discovery has been...
Yeah, it's all yellow now. The Discovery. Oh! Yeah, they definitely got the... I mean, obviously, they got the sets from the original. Really bad. I feel like it's a really bad idea. Because, like, Hal is totally just gonna turn again. Because, like, Hal's like, oh, humans already shut me down. Why would I not... Why would I trust them now? Still very cool seeing the floating.
Good morning, Dr. Chandra. This is Hal. I'm ready for my first lesson.
Wasn't there a Dr. Langley? I don't remember what Dr. Langley did, but I don't remember Chandra being the name.
take the square root and press the integer. That's all. In case of an emergency, even you can do it.
In case Hal goes rogue again.
After 9 years and hundreds of millions of miles, we are about to come face to face with the monolith.
Okay.
You did that.
Oh, wow. Wow. It looks a lot bigger here. I think the depth in the last movie made it look like the same size.
I was disconnected before the Discovery encountered it. It's the proportions. 1 by 4 by 9.
The small one on the moon? We encountered exactly the same proportions. 149, the squares of 123. We spent years trying to attach some cosmic significance to that and came up with nothing.
Okay.
I will send Max down with a pod.
I wouldn't do that.
It's dumb. That's what it is.
Max will take the pod.
I think it is dumb to send someone down even though we know that it, like, they don't know what happened to Dave. But I feel like just maybe better communication could get that across. Like, better communication on both sides. Like, what's the issue with sending an unmanned pod first? Like, if nothing happens, then send a pod with someone inside. I feel like they could have gone, like, just explain and, yeah.
Easy as cake, huh? Pie. Easy as pie.
Okay, good. Did crank the thing. I didn't see that at first, and I was like, is that just gonna be able to be opened? But he did crank the thing to tighten it. Alright, so is he gonna experience what Dave did, or not? It is huge. What just happened there? Did they disappear for a second? Okay, I thought they disappeared for some reason. They did! They did! I knew I wasn't seeing that. I don't know how they... Maybe they're just like a frame of them not, like, having the models put in. It's interesting, though. I feel like they would just cut out that frame, though. Right? I don't understand. Okay. Unless this is actually happening and they did just disappear. I think it's a mistake, though. But we're gonna continue. No, it was a mistake. That's alright. I just think it's fun to notice it.
Stop there. Just pause.
Let it know you're not going to crash into it.
I can't see
Okay.
any surface feature.
Oh. It's the same thing happening. What Dave experienced? It's the same kind of energy like in Europa. Oh, it shot to Earth. It's like TV messing up, like with when the sun has like when there's a flare, a sun flare. Oh.
Hello, buddy. Please talk to me.
What?
I remember Dave Bowman. And everything about him. All Dave Bowman really was is still a part of me.
Are you here?
I don't know why.
Interesting.
I think to say goodbye. I love you.
Oh, Dave. I love you.
Goodbye, Betty.
That's kind of nice.
Go.
I'm already there.
I understand.
Like
Something's gonna happen.
the alien intelligence is giving a goodbye.
I wanted to say goodbye.
What's gonna happen?
Something wonderful.
Don't know what's happening, but it's like it absorbs Dave's like consciousness or evolved Dave. Like no longer Dave anymore. It's like a higher level of being. That's my thought, at least on it. But the energy signal was just like it's sending a message to Earth to that TV.
I was married before, you know. But she died.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so was I. We have a daughter who's 17.
Yep, okay.
Caroline.
Okay, I'm glad they explain that, because I was a little
My husband is
interested
physician at the
at the
University
beginning.
Hospital.
Understand. Nobody can talk. The accents will confuse him. He can understand me, so if you have any questions, please let me ask them.
Okay. Hal's back. Okay, I got a snack, but I'm locked in and ready to see Hal be back online, I guess. Let's see what happens.
Good morning, Dr. Chandra.
Do you
Oh.
feel capable of resuming all of your duties?
Of course. I'm completely operational, and all my circuits are functioning perfectly.
Same voice actor, right?
Do you know what those duties are?
Yes, I will operate the onboard systems of Discovery. There is a launch window in 31 days, when Earth is in the proper position. There is enough fuel on board for a low-consumption route that will enable Discovery to return in 28 months. This will not present a problem.
That's very good. Now, Hal, do you mind if I ask you a question?
Not at all.
Do you recall Dave Bowman and Frank Poole leaving the Discovery?
Certainly not.
Oh, because he's,
Where are Frank?
rebooted and...
Who are these people?
The 9000 series uses holographic memories, so chronological erasures would not work.
Made a tape.
Don't know what that means.
You made a what?
Do you know why Hal did what he did?
Yes, it wasn't his fault.
Whose fault?
Okay.
Yours.
Mine?
Yours.
Why?
In going through Hal's memory banks, I discovered his original orders. You wrote those orders.
What were they?
Discovery, Bowman and Poole, was to get Discovery to its destination. It was decided that they should not be informed. The investigative team was trained separately and placed in hibernation before the voyage began.
Yeah.
Hal was given full knowledge of the true objective and instructed not to reveal anything to Bowman or Poole. He was instructed to lie.
National Security Council, the White House.
I don't care who it is.
But they...
I was told to lie.
But he was told, okay.
But people who find it easy to lie. Hal doesn't know how. So he couldn't function.
Okay, so human error.
I didn't know.
Me when it's always the government's fault. Me when. Okay, a lot of things just happened right then. Hal was... Oh, what's about to happen now, though? Oh? What is that? I'm gonna assume this is Dave doing this, and he's like ascended to a higher level of consciousness and being. No. The smiling makes me think that she saw Dave, because seeing her son one last time.
As you know, the United States has broken off diplomatic relations with Russia.
Uh-oh.
All ambassadors have been recalled.
I hope they just continue the mission.
Air defense and the three of you must leave the Leonov. No Russian citizen is allowed to remain on or is allowed to enter the Discovery. This order is effective immediately.
I hope they just completely disobey that.
Discovery has enough fuel. Only communications of an emergency distress nature are allowed between the Leonov and Discovery.
That's annoying.
You pray.
Can they just
Pray for the safety of our
disobey? Why don't they? Okay, why don't they just disobey? They don't know. They're up in space. How would they know? How would like the governments know like about them just communicating? They're in space. They can just say, "Oh yeah, we didn't communicate," and then like continue on their like mission and like discovery and stuff. Like what?
Heating unit. It is not
I remember the shot in the original.
There is a message for you.
Who's calling?
There is no identification. Message as follows. It is dangerous to remain here. You must leave within 2 days.
What?
Okay, so
There is
it's
no
probably.
identification.
I'm guessing it's the
I don't know.
Dave, probably.
My response is, we don't have enough fuel for an earlier departure.
Yes, you must leave within 2 days.
I can't take any of this seriously unless I know who I'm talking to.
The response is, I was David Bowman.
Yep.
I can't accept that identification without proof.
Response
Okay.
is, I understand. It is important that you believe me. Look behind you.
Well, that's interesting. That's cool. It looks the same as the past movie. Like, it doesn't look like he aged that much. Or aged well, I guess, yeah. Oh.
Hello, Dr. Floyd.
And he's back in The old's looking old as he did.
This is very difficult for me. I don't have much time. I've been allowed to give you this warning. You must leave here in 2 days.
Okay. Oh, the old version.
What's going to happen?
Something wonderful.
Huh.
What?
Are they all gonna transcend if they stay?
We can't leave in 2 days.
There may be another message after, if all goes well.
What's going to happen?
Oh, baby mode.
You want to arrest me? Go ahead, because I'm coming over and we're going to talk.
Okay. Yeah, so I obviously
Wanna put the cuffs on?
now realize that Dave did that all did happen in the end of the last movie. He transcended.
If I told you, you'd never believe me. I'd never believe you. You simply have to trust me.
I am under orders, and so are you.
The hell with those orders. The people who gave those orders
Thank
don't know
you.
what they're doing, and they're not up here. You have enough fuel in Leonov for the trip home. We used
Wait, that was kind of cool.
to fuel in Discovery for a
Mhm.
long
You can tell it's okay. I can tell it's tracked.
We have
Like
enough
somehow
fuel in
the
Discovery
it's like
for a
pasted in,
launch. You have enough fuel in Leonov for the trip home.
but it
We
still
used
looks
a
pretty good.
docking ring in the- When we use up the Discovery's fuel, we detach. She falls away, and we use the Leonov for the trip home. It'll work. If we
Okay.
start, the politicians can go screw themselves. We're not playing games. The war is over. Good Christ.
Things are happening. So use the fuel of. So it's like they have the extra fuel from the Discovery.
How long will it take?
We know how sensitive he is to mission objectives, and now you are telling me to program him for the destruction of the Discovery as well as his own destruction.
True.
Has anybody...
If he's giving new conflicting orders,
Load
it's
the new
gonna
program.
possibly
We don't
mess
have
up
any
again.
choice.
Remember, he will question me about the change in plans.
Yeah.
What do you want me to tell him?
Once he fires the engine, I can always disconnect him if I have to.
Just don't lose that calculator. Please don't do that again.
What is the spot? Oh, there it is. But what is it? Is it? I don't know.
Put the telescope on the monitor.
What's happening? Oh, it's growing. What? It's like sucking everything in?
Magnification.
Dr. Chandra, I detect strong vocal stress patterns. Is there a problem?
No, Hal.
The mission is proceeding normally.
There is a circular object near the equator. It is 22,000 kilometers in diameter. It is comprised of rectangular objects.
How many?
Oh, mothership?
1,355,000 plus or minus 1,000.
And what is the proportion of the objects in question?
1 by 4 by 9.
Yep.
Do you recognize? Is the number of monoliths constant?
No. They are increasing.
Whoa.
Right.
It's reproducing exactly like a virus.
Whoa.
Minutes to ignition.
Persuade him to continue the countdown. I don't care what you tell him. Only don't let him stop.
Dr. Chandra, I'm ready to stop the countdown if you want.
No, Hal, don't stop.
I think we should stop the countdown, Dr. Chandra.
No. Don't do that.
This behavior is inconsistent with logic, Dr. Chandra.
I like the light shine across Hal's eye.
I find it difficult to proceed with the ignition without knowing why we are doing this. Is the mission in jeopardy?
Yes, we're in jeopardy.
Is that why we are making our escape launch before the launch window?
Yes,
What will happen to the Discovery?
it could be destroyed.
Okay.
And if I don't proceed with the launch?
And the Leonov and everybody in it could be destroyed.
I understand now, Dr. Chandra.
Do you want me to stay with you?
No. It is better for the mission if you leave. Thank you for telling me the truth.
You deserve it.
Will I dream?
Just like the other one.
I don't know.
That was the actual truth that time, compared to Sal.
30 seconds. 8,
Is this gonna be bad
6, 5,
if the ignition starts when he's outside?
1. Ignition. Full thrust.
Okay. Everything seems to be going good right now. Okay.
Thought you might want this.
Oh,
When?
he got it out.
Wasn't very hard to find. Yeah, I knew you would do something like this.
If Hal is near this, will Hal ascend? Like Dave?
Hal, do you read me?
Yes, Dave. Where are you?
Accept priority override alpha. Here are the AE-35 coordinates. Please do it now.
Instructions confirmed, Dave. It is good to be working with you again.
So,
Have I
Hal
fulfilled
remembered.
the mission objective?
Now, there is one final message for you to transmit to Earth. It is the most important message you have ever sent.
What is going to happen, Dave?
Something wonderful.
I'm afraid.
Don't be. We'll be together.
Where will we be?
Where I am now.
Yep, okay,
Lock
so
confirmed on...
It's shrinking! It's shrinking!
what's happening? This Jupiter is shrinking. It's like all of it condensed down and then like exploded all its energy out, kind of like a supernova. Ah, I've seen that quote before. Is it a new sun, basically? Like it became a star?
Saw the new distant sun in the sky.
Yep, okay.
They read the message. And perhaps they learned something. Because they finally recalled their ships and their plans. We have seen the process of life take place. Maybe this is the way it happened on Earth millions of years ago. Maybe it's something completely different. I still don't know really what the monolith is. I think it's many things. An embassy for an intelligence beyond ours. A shape of some kind for her. Something that has no shape. Your children will be born in a world of two suns. They will never know a sky without them.
That's cool. It's like a not as bright sun, I guess. Oh, is this on Earth or is this a different planet, or like a moon on a moon of Jupiter? I guess it's not Jupiter anymore. Okay, that's it. Okay. Yeah, it was pretty good. It answered some questions. 2001 I definitely like a lot more. I think it was better. It was more interesting to see all the effects. There weren't as many, like, groundbreaking things that I saw in this one. Kind of obvious that I went in knowing that. Like, it can't be, obviously, it can't be the same as what the original was, which was such a landmark, like, film. It still leaves questions. It still doesn't show... I'm glad they didn't show, like, aliens. Like, they just, like... It's a higher intelligent being, like, or beings, and it didn't need to show them, because I think it's more interesting. It leaves up to imagination what they are. The monoliths, I think they're saying they're like they said, relay units, like things that give us information sent from some higher intelligence being, and like what Dave said, Dave is like a higher being now. And he was able to transcend a mortal body, and he's able to, like, talk to, like, Hal, talk to his wife, talk to his mom, and, like, get a bunch of information to them, give them some closure. And now him and Hal are, like, both ascended beings, I guess, that are in, like, whatever higher consciousness there is. And then I guess Jupiter became a new sun. I know Jupiter is, like, in real life, Jupiter is like, it has like a metal core, right? But like, if it was like a little more mass, it could have formed a sun. But it's like kind of like a failed sun in a sense. But in this, it actually became a full sun. And in Europa, in real life, has like an ocean underneath its ice exterior. So there is a possibility, and for how long it's been around, there's the possibility of there being life on Europa, which is cool. There's like, they're planning a mission to go and to send a probe in a couple years, where they'll be able to analyze it better. Like kind of what was in this movie, analyze the planet a little more and see. It's like, I think they're gonna go through a geyser. In real life, they're gonna go through a geyser so they can get like a sample reading of the water underneath. which is cool. I'm really excited to see that whenever it happens. It's gonna be years and years and years till that happens, because again, it has to take a while to fly there, and it's not ready to launch like now either, so it's gonna be a little while. But yeah, I like seeing that. I like seeing like it's like, okay, these are kind of like weirdly like relevant things now. Like first AI being like more of a thing and more like it's being way more advanced than it was in years past, and we're like close to actually sending a mission to Europa and like Jupiter, not like with actual people, it's a rover, or like a probe like in the movie. It's really cool to see that. Like it's weird that we're kind of getting close. Not it's still more this universe is still more advanced than us in real life, but it's like really cool to see that this is like we're getting close. We're getting close to learning about more about space and more about our solar system, and yeah, learning more about the universe, which I mean, I love space. It's like so interesting to me learning about it. I hope there's some giant big discovery in my lifetime that like just blows everyone's minds, and it's like, wow, that's crazy that happens. I want to know more of what's out beyond our solar system. I think it's cool. But yeah, that was a good movie. I think it overall did less than what the original did, but I did answer some questions, and I do like the decisions, some of the decisions made in it. But yeah, it wasn't as visually stunning, or it was still good though. It gave me a lot of like thoughts and being like, oh, this is cool seeing what they're doing in this movie. They made it like aliens, or like higher consciousness being the reason for like a lot of things in the universe, or again, possibly it's a different thing, like what Haywood said. It's maybe this is how our sun and life was formed, or this is something new. But in 2001, we do see the monolith kind of give information to pre-humans, so it is kind of like this universe. Yeah, it was a higher level of beings that are kind of like granting information, granting life to other beings, which is cool. Some of the things were wrong in my original like analysis of 2001, with like me thinking Dave did. I like had for a moment I was like, oh, did Dave transcend? But then I backpedaled on that and I was like, no, I think it's that didn't actually happen, and that was just his brain like overloading, which is not what happens. It was actually him like transcending to a higher level of consciousness and like being like kind of one with the collective consciousness of like aliens. I guess it's not really. I mean, it is aliens, but it's like, yeah, a higher level of consciousness. I guess that's all. I know there is the book, and there is like more in the book because there's a lot more you can put into a novel than you can put into like a 2-hour movie. It just like you can write more in the book, like the book. So I don't think I'll read it, probably. No, I could read it at some point. I think it'll be a while before I do though, if I like get if both of these movies are so stuck in my head that I'm like, I need to see what is up with it. And if I do that, I'll record a video about my thoughts on the book and stuff, and comparisons to the movies and stuff. So now I know where that quote is from. What, you can have all these planets except for Europa. Stay away from Europa. Like, because that's this other being's planet. This other, I don't know if it's the collective consciousness's planet, or if it's just that is already inhabited. Leave that planet alone. Go look at other planets and discover things. It's like, okay, cool. I think either way is makes sense. Yeah, I'm happy I watched it, definitely. I'm definitely happy I watched 2001, really great. And this one was pretty good too, and had some answers to some questions, had some more questions. I guess I could rank them, like, I think I would put 2001 in, like, S tier just because of how, like, influential and, like, groundbreaking it was, and, like, how much questions and interesting things it like, delivers. And then I would probably put this in, like, B or C tier. Probably B, because I liked it. I didn't like, there was nothing I really hated about it. But it's not like as perfect or groundbreaking as the first, obviously the 2001. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.